Anthrax dressing room, as it says. And Joey,
Hey!
there you are. Been looking everywhere for you. Everywhere. We've been on stage, all through the corridors, through lots of brown doors, up lots of stairs, and we finally found you. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Now, the role of the front man in a band is rather an important one. You have to keep the energy level going and keeping the audience involved. Is it really hard work out there on stage?
Nah, no problem. No problem at all. I keep these guys in line. Well, we run around a lot. You know, it takes a lot out of you, but it's no problem for me.
Now, to some extent, you're actually the new boy in the band, aren't you? How long have you been in Anthrax?
Oh, 2 years now. 2 years.
So you are the new boy to some extent?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I'm the young guy.
He's the nude boy.
No, not really.
Keep back, Scott. We'll come to you in a moment. So what are you doing before you linked up with Anthrax?
Just playing in copy music, copy bands, you know, stuff like that. Monkeying around my house.
Nothing we might have heard of?
Oh, nothing. Well, a band called Bible Black, which really never really played out very far. You know, some guys from the Rainbow and Shakin' Street, and that's really it. Mostly cover groups, all copy music.
Section to have a close understanding, and these two should, because they're actually related. Can you explain this, Charlie?
No, can't explain nothing. That's my nephew, man. I'm Chef of the Future. This is my nephew Frank, and I'm his uncle. So we're blood.
We're blood. We have blood.
Yo, we be blood and stuff,
blood.
you know. Yeah.
We're blood brothers.
I keep this one on most of the time, you know, on tour and everything. Make sure he does the right thing.
So,
Take the whip.
so Frank, what's it like having your uncle in the band as well? Does it cramp your style at all?
Nah, because, we're friends. He's not my uncle. It doesn't feel like my uncle. He's just friend shit. And plus, excuse my language, we used to play a lot, and so the music-wise, we're really good together. We're really tight. Yeah, right. We used to play together.
When you say you play together, do you mean you actually in other bands together, or you just mucked around together?
Just jam.
No,
jam
just
all
jam
the time.
at home all the time. You rush and
In my
stuff.
room. Go into my room, bring your amp. I got my drums. Let's jam.
We had these two big 15s in there.
And joining me now is Anthrax's guitar team. That's Dan Spitz here and Scott Ian, who we saw in that Crumb Suckers video.
Rock.
Now, tell me, Dan, what guitars do you play?
I play Jackson's. They're all like custom made and made smaller because I'm real small, like tiny small.
As me, though.
Not at this point in time. Yeah, they're all like shrunk down. I have comic book characters all over them, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all different things. Cerebus, lots of comic
I
stuff.
understand all the comic book stuff is actually painted onto the guitars.
It's all hand airbrushed and stuff like that. It's all done by hand at all the artists at Jackson.
I was mentioning earlier to your bass player and drummer that as far as a lot of people are concerned, there isn't a very high skill factor involved in playing this sort of music. How would you react to that particular comment?
It's it's not true at all. That's not true at all because it's really hard to play, and the picking is a lot faster than all this other kind of just regular radio rock and roll and stuff like that. It's really hard, and everything's so much faster and furious, so it's even harder to play leads. Anything that's melodic, it's harder to sing to. It's harder to do everything. It's actually harder.
It's real technical and real tight. The playing is really tight.
It is snow,
You know, and you just gotta be right on, especially on stage when you're moving around a lot. That's when it's the hardest.
Easy enough to do it in the studio, but then go run around 300 miles an hour on stage, not even concentrating on playing, and
More like
try
about
to do it.
8 miles an hour.
And of course, there aren't many guitarists who can play while being on a skateboard as well, is there?
No, there's only two.
No.